yeah, I'd say it needs to be changed. So what you just saw there was the idler arm, and you can see it again. I'm moving it a good bit, but what you saw on the entry to this was the idler arm on this thing is pretty much shot. It's right here. Fold that up a little bit. And so first and foremost, welcome back to the channel, and we're working on the 94 4runner, the red one that we did some stuff to a few months ago. It's been a while just because more pressing stuff has come at the shop over this right here. He said he ain't worried about it, but now we're back on it, and 94 isn't going to really depreciate as much as a newer car will, which is pretty much true. But in this video, we're going to be changing out the idler and then the two tie rods right here, inner and outer. And we have everything in our little bucket over here, and we got spider webs all over the place. But to take this idler out, which I hope I can get this nut off, there's a nut right here. It's got a cotter pin in it, and then we can take that down. And then once we do that, it's gonna be fun knocking that down without destroying it. But once we knock that down, it's just 3 volts. Holds this in, then we can change it. And we should have it here. It's right here. Here's our new one. All this stuff comes from Napa. They're not a sponsor or anything, but that's where we got everything. That's who they had in stock at the time. Which, I mean, we could have got it changed from there. But let me go ahead and grab my tools and go ahead and start pulling all this off. Cotter pins on there pretty good. Kind of get y'all a little closer. Kind of show y'all what we're doing. So now we're just put new ones on here anyway, and they should come with them. That's about how old these are anyway. I don't know when the last time they were changed. But what I can tell you is we got to pull this off right here. I don't know what size it is, but we're going to pull this nut off, and we're going to try to knock this out. I may have to hold it with a pair of vice grips or something like this, just because it may want to spin on me. I'm pretty sure it will want to spin, and it's even loose up in here. So I'll get y'all a little bit closer and kind of let y'all see. I mean, look at that. This thing's horrible. But then after I take that off, we're going to take it off right there. There's a little nut right there. That's for your inner tie rod. And then we'll take it off right here. This is your outer. The reason I'm changing these is they have busted boots on them. The driver's side looks pretty good. So let me grab some stuff to take that off. Alright, this is a 17. I went ahead and broke it loose just to see if it would. But we got that one loose. And then what I'm going to do is get a punch, and I'm just going to hit it right here with the hammer and a punch and see if I can get it to come off. See if I can show y'all how we got it. See if I can get it to pop out. Now this is probably gonna be loud when it actually goes. There we go. Knew it was gonna do that. Yeah, look at that. I'd say she's wore out. Now we just have 3 bolts right here. 1, 2, and 3. Pull that off, and that should come out without any hesitation. So on this right here, there are nuts on the back. I forgot about that. And it's all 17s. And I had to drop the front shield down. It's just 4 12 millimeters, and then you can take them off. But I'm going to use my impact to take these 17s off. And I got a wrench I'm going to hold on the back side, because we are spinning. Should have a nut and a washer, so watch out for that. Don't lose your washers. This is just like the steering box video that I did last. I'll put a link up to that. It's the same model, it's just on a 87. Where's the washer? That was an 87 Toyota, but almost like this one. So how that come off. Now for the new one. Here is the new one, right here. And we're just gonna stick it in there, let it hold. Do the same thing for the other two. Where are you? Start it. And just like the power steering box on my last video, this I could not find a torque spec for. Like the steering box didn't have a torque spec, and this don't have a torque spec. But just don't go crazy, because I think you can actually start to pull the inside of the frame. Like you can bow the frame if you go too tight. Right. And we're just gonna run her again. Come on. Now, all we gotta do is hook this up to there, and then once we do that, I can go ahead and start pulling these off. So let me put that on there, and then I'll get you the torque spec after I put it on there. Got the idler on, got it torqued down. That torques to 43 foot-pounds, and the new one was a 19 millimeter. And now we're going to take the tie rods off, and the way we're going to do this is, one, we're going to take that nut off, then we'll take this nut off. That one is a 17. This one, I don't know what size that is. Maybe a 19. That's a 19 on here. 19's on my torque wrench. Forgot about that. It is a 19. So that one's 17. This one is a 19. So we'll take those off, and then you can use a pickle fork, tie rod tool, whatever you need to, a hammer, hit it, knock it off, however you want to do it. It's up to you. I'm going to use my tie rod tool since I already got it out, and I'm just going to put it on here like I did on that, take both of those off. So then once I get that done, we'll loosen these up, and we'll make sure that we try to get it back at the same length that this one is. I know it's going to have a alignment anyway, but we're going to get it close, that way it was where it was at before we started the job. I got it off now, and all I did was loosen up these two little gem nuts, and they're 12 millimeters, And now what we're gonna do, we're gonna hold this right here. You can do this before you take it off too. Typically I do it after I take it off, and I just hold this right here with like a pair of vice grips or something, and then, or pipe wrench or whatever you got, and then I thread these off and kind of stuck these side by side and end to end, and it looks like it's about the same like thread and where it starts stuff. So, and I looked at it, and we'll come down, it looks like about 4 to 5 threads, about 4.5 threads on that one. And then I haven't checked this one yet, but I'm gonna do the same thing to that. Let me get these off and then I'll show you what I mean. All right, I already did this one, but I'll show you how I did it on the smaller outer tie rod. So all I did, and it's the same thing with this one, is these are the exact same length. Just check it, hold it up back to back, and you can see that they're the same length. And then all you do is just count the threads. And I counted the threads, and we're going to go to those same exact threads. Should be about 5 threads in, and then we will thread it into the end of it. And I'll keep this end loose, and I'll tighten this one on the car because I want to make sure that it is pointing the right direction, and when we get it on there we can tighten it down after that. So let me just kind of thread it in until it gets to about the right location, and whenever I get ready to put it on the car, bring y'all back. Got the tie rod on, and all I did once I got it on is, once I lined up the thread count, I just rotated it enough to where it would slide down in here. Went ahead and torqued this one down to 67, the other one torqued down to 67. I just got to put in the cotter pins, and I'm going to move this right here and flip it around just so it ain't up against that. But those torque to 16 foot-pounds, so they don't torque to a whole lot. Yes, and hell, fingers are slippery. Oh, mighty, I think I just cut myself. Yeah, no, I shouldn't be. I'm doing that, but hurt a little bit. So I'm just gonna put the cotter pin in that one, move this, and then I'll come back, and I don't know if I have the part numbers to everything, but I will kind of tell y'all exactly what all I got. So got everything torqued down tight, cotter pins in, fittings greased where I can grease them, and all that stuff, and way better. No shakes, no shimmies, or any of that good stuff. But this is how you put tie rods, and inner and outer tie rods, and idler arm on these. Pitman arm is a little bit different. Biggest difference on Pitman arm is you have a big nut right here, normally a 32 millimeter on these, and then you have to use a puller to pull it off, and then that's the biggest difference. And oh, I did end up finding a torque spec to these right here, and I went back and torqued them. The torque spec on those are 110 to 118 is what I found online. So y'all have that torque spec now, and then we got all the torque specs on this. But if y'all got any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comment section. I'll get to them as soon as possible. Good, bad, ugly, let me know what y'all think. If you know of a better way of doing this right here, I mean, we're gonna go take it, get a line anyway, but if you know something a bit better just to get you by until you can afford alignment, if you can't afford it right offhand, let us know in the comment section. It does help out other people as well, not just me in general, but, and then I can relay it, and if it's something you said, I'll tell them that I found out from a viewer or something on my channel. But if y'all do that, thank you ahead of time. But like I said, if I got anything, let me know. Anything other than just this, I mean, any vehicle, ask me. I do respond quicker on Instagram, which I have all the Instagram, Patreon, and all that stuff. And thank you to all my members, subscribers, and fans, and all that stuff. It does help the channel grow. And remember, y'all, torque is tight. Y'all have a great day.